for that matter, and is also former Rotary Club President, Dr. GBENGA TAIWO. We're looking at importance of corporate social responsibility, and this is something that is done in almost all sectors, all endeavors of human life, especially in the health sector, and that's why Dr. TAIWO is with us this morning. Good morning, Dr. TAIWO.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, good to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Corporate social responsibility in the health sector, especially, how does that actually assist the delivery of healthcare services, to a particular society or community?
Yeah, thank you very much. As we know that corporate social responsibility refers to deliberate efforts or initiatives by companies or corporate organizations to actually support the social, environmental, and economic impacts on their communities as a part of giving back to the community. And it is not limited only to corporate organizations. We have seen that a lot of health institutions are also involved in corporate social responsibility initiatives that is help at promoting the health and wellness of people within their communities. For the Ogun State health sector, there have been a lot of initiatives that has been geared towards achieving this community corporate social responsibility in the area of promoting the health and wellness of the people. Just yesterday we had one, the hospital where I work presently as the medical director, the Obadimola Maternity Hospital. We were able to identify the fact that the community where we are based, there are health needs that has not been met because, because of the economic situation presently, a lot of people don't avail themselves the opportunity of having the regular checks of their health status. So we partnered with the Ijemo community for this Ijemo Day 2024 that they're having, and we had a community medical outreach where we were able to attend to over 500 members of the community, usually the elderly and the children, who have various health challenges, but for one reason or the other, they've not been coming out of the hospital, maybe because of financial reasons. So we went out there at the Ijemo Town Hall. We had this medical outreach where people were able to have their blood indices checked. They have their blood pressure checked. We worked on their, we talked about their BMI. Then we were able to check them for blood sugar, check the urine, check for hepatitis, and a whole lot of other health conditions. And we dispense medications to them free. You understand? They also had the opportunity to have consultations by medical doctors, and we also had health talks for them on various health conditions that is raging presently. For instance, when we talk about the issue of cholera and a lot of other non-communicable diseases, hypertension, diabetes that people have. So we were able to identify some of them that needed further care, and we refer them to the hospital where we're going to take adequate care of them at no cost. So we see it as part of our own corporate social responsibility towards the community where we are situated in order to promote the health of the people. You understand? So the Ministry of Health is involved in so many other ones and other hospitals likewise. You understand, the area of immunization and other things that goes in line with the attaining the Sustainable Development Goal as identified by the United Nations. So the health sector is actually involved. They'll go to communities at times to do community medical outreach. Then the Nigerian Medical Association and other groups under the health sector organize different outreaches. We have done free surgeries, we have done cataract extraction, we have done eye, operations. In fact, I could remember while I was the president of Rotary Club Abeokuta, we had a free hernia surgery for over 200 indigents, indigent patients that are not able to afford the services. So we see it as part of a corporate social responsibility. And you can see that it covers a lot of other organizations, health sectors, the Rotary International, the banks and other corporate NGOs. So it's actually part of our lives, and we believe that we need to do it as a part of giving back to the community.
Miriam, before Miriam comes in, Miriam, so just let me say, can the health sector of Nigeria, survive without CSR?
If you look at it holistically, the major objective of the health sector is to promote health and well-being of people. And in a situation where we have economic indices that are not really in support of a lot of people being able to achieve their health, you will see that there is no way the health sector will not need to come in order to be able to make sure that we sustain this CSR. It comes in different guises, you know. The health sector is involved, most especially with some corporate organizations in the Nigerian health insurance. You see, if you look at it holistically, you see that the government too have seen it as part of their responsibility to make sure that the citizens are taken care of. And other ways of reducing this cost is to get organizations involved in the area of funding so that we'll be able to sustain it. So without corporate social responsibility, the health sector will not be able to achieve the goals as far as promoting the health and well-being of the people. So we have seen it in the health sector that is very important, and there is no way we need to get down to our people. We need to get down to them, up to the grassroots, making sure that their health indices improved, because it also will improve the rating of the country as far as health delivery services is concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, well, when we talk about corporate social responsibility, it's a very interesting topic because the government cannot really do it all. So there's a need for this collaboration with corporate organizations, individuals to make impact in the society. And you know, there's a lot of people that have cultivated this habit of making impact. But it's not just about the organizations or the persons involved. It also has to do with the people who are to receive this responsibility you are given to. Yes. And if they don't see that as a welcome initiative, I think it will be a struggle on the part of the person doing it. And you know, when it comes to helping people in this present day, if it's not money related, not a lot of people place value to it. Okay. Now, my question would be, how do you measure the impact of this activity as a body?
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, when you organize a program and you see a lot of people coming out to benefit from that program, you will know that one way or the other, there is an area of need that is being attended to. Like the one we had yesterday, you know, the turnout we had was beyond what we expected. And that is to tell you that a lot of people will actually like to be a part of it once they know that there are things for them to benefit. Everybody wants to live long, nobody wants to die. And if you now see an initiative where you are going to be attended free of charge, in most cases at no cost to you, people actually embrace it, you understand. Apart from the one we had yesterday, there was also economic empowerment. You know, there's economic empowerment like the one we had yesterday, where about 20 indigenous students were offered scholarship. You know, the money worth of those scholarships is actually relief to the family, to the individual. So people embrace it. You understand? That's what we have realized. The people embrace it. And one of the things we do when it comes to corporate social responsibility is for you to actually identify an area of need. You know, there will be a feasibility study to know what is actually important to this group of people. And when you bring such, people will always embrace it. You know, when you look at Rotary International, for instance, you know, there are a lot of projects we do, a lot of initiatives. You know, apart from the National Immunization Days, you know, Rotary has contributed immensely to the present polio status of Nigeria. Nigeria is now a zero polio. We have a zero polio status. What it means is that there are no polio virus in the country again. This is going to improve the health of the children. You understand? So Nigeria has been able to attain that because of the collaboration of Rotary International with other non-governmental like UNICEF. You know, Rotary was actually in the forefront. But National Immunization Days, eradication of measles, that one is still ongoing. Economic empowerment, vocational training for youth, you know, to get them engaged in things that will be productive, they will be able to make money from. You know, training them on various skills acquisition is one of the ongoing things. The Water for Life project, where we go around, sink boreholes in communities where we think they don't have water. Renovating schools, a part of education and literacy. These are goals, these are programs that have been mapped out for communities, for people to actually benefit. And, you know, Rotary has always been in the forefront. And you see that people are benefiting from it because what we do is that we encourage community participation in order for us to have sustainability of such projects. For instance, in Rotary, we have what we call community core, Rotary Community Core. If you are having a project in your community, for instance, we will identify leaders within the community, the opinion movers in that community. We are going to actually handle that project to them. so that they will be the one that will monitor it so that it will not be vandalized, and at the end of the day, we'll be able to achieve the purpose for which that project was meant for. And we have seen that a lot of communities are benefiting, and those programs were sustainable. So when it comes to corporate social responsibilities, once appropriate studies have been done to actually know what is the area of needs, people will benefit from it, and they will make sure they sustain it, because they will make sure that it did not fall.
Okay, yeah, you want to...
Yeah, despite all of these strategies you have as an organization, and despite the fact that you have good intention for these people, do you face challenges while carrying out these activities?
Yes, some of the challenges we faced, we know that many of them we were able to mitigate, because if you are carrying out a particular project and you have approached the people you want to do the project for to get their consent and support for such project, at times people they might want to misinterpret it to mean the politicians are coming, and you see people, but when they now know that, okay, these are not politicians, so this one is just a service group that is determined to contribute our impact to the life of the people, their social, environmental, and economic well-being. So we carry them along, and once there is that collaboration and understanding, we don't face much challenges. In fact, at times we involve the community to help us locate where they want such a project to be sited. And once the community leaders, the youths are all taken along, carried along in the time we decide on the project, then it enjoys their support. So most of the challenges initially will be the misconception that maybe it's our own games of division of democracy, the way people look at it. But once they know that this is not a political move, we are not trying to win political votes, we are just interested in making sure that we align with the realization of the social the development goals. You understand? Sustainable development goals as mapped out by the organization. So they cooperate.
Let's come back to Obadimola Maternity Hospital, which you heard. That's an iconic maternity center. I don't know if anybody that has grown up in Abeokuta who doesn't know Obadimola Maternity Hospital does not actually pass through Ijemo. Now let's look at. I'm trying to link that to the Ijemo community. Now, how much of advantage have Ijemo people taken from the location of Obadimola Maternity Hospital? Because I know that over the years people will say, oh, if you want to get safe delivery of your baby, go to Obadimola and all of that. Beyond the fact that they come to the hospital officially, do they also seek your expertise?
Yeah, thank you very much. For Obadimola Maternity Hospital, just as we have pointed out, it's one of the oldest maternity hospitals in the country. In fact, as history will have it, it was established in 1929 by a Scottish midwife, Makota, Jane Makota. That's why they call it, when we were younger, we call it Hospital Makota. That is what we grew up to know. Yeah. You understand? A lot of important degrees have been delivered there across the southwest Nigeria for years. In fact, it's on record that many of the Alakes of Egbaland were delivered there. Even the current Alake of Egbaland. So, the hospital has actually enjoyed the goodwill of the community, and they have seen it as a place of succor where they can actually approach for medical health related issues. Now, recently you see that in order for you to know that there is a cordial relation between the community and the hospital, what has been one of the constraints we have was space, in order for us to expand the facility. And you'll be surprised that the Ijemo community, under the leadership of the President Oluwo of Ijemo, Chief Oluyinka Kufile, identified a land. We had a very land behind the hospital that is actually like an abandoned area. It's a gully, you understand, just behind the hospital, but it could be accessed only by the hospital. When I became the medical director, we approached the community, met the Oluwo, went to the Alake of Egbaland, and they intervened. And to our surprise, the Oluwo himself got the land from the owners of the land, bought it, and donated it to the hospital, so that we have space for future expansion. You understand? That is to tell you that the community benefits from the hospital, and they believe that the presence of that hospital, apart from historical significance, it has been attending to the health needs of the people. Then we also organize outreach to the community. You understand? Medical outreach. It's been done over the years by various leadership of the hospital, where we go to the community, as a part of seeing us as part of the community, So we do free medical checkups on them. We give medications, and it has been a thing that has come to stay. And the one we just did now is just part of strengthening that relationship. So people come to the hospital. You know, the belief is that Obadimola is only people that want to deliver that comes there. But we are expanding the scope. For instance, when you look at the Ogun State Health Insurance Agency now, we have the government has instituted an health insurance program we call Ileradero in Ogun State. The Ileradero is to make sure that a lot of the people are able to benefit from free health or subsidized healthcare delivery system. So with that Ileradero, because we are part of it, we do the Ibidero for people that are pregnant. What the pregnant woman needs to do is just to register under the Ibidero. The Ibidero is free completely, both from registration to laboratory investigations to the delivery. In fact, after the delivery of the babies, the government will now give the mother some money. You understand? We have that one. Then we have the health insurance initiative, where we have both the formal sector and the informal sector. The formal sector is for the government employees, you know, where they be a part of the insurance program. Then we have the informal sector, where we expect people in the community, artisans, market women, you know, they just come, they register under that health initiative with just 1,000 naira per month. For a whole year, that is 12,000 in a whole year. And they will enjoy free health service.
The insurance scheme itself is almost like CSR, you know. It's
that's why I said the government has actually been living up to its responsibility now. And, you know, in order to get many people under this particular program, you know, because we know that the health needs of our people is very important. You say health is wealth. It's only an healthy person that can actually engage in meaningful developmental projects and businesses. So it is very important that the household is taken care of. And you know, this is one of the things that the government has actually introduced, that is a form of succor to the people. We can call it CSR, but we know that it's the responsibility of the government to actually to attend to the needs of the health of people. But the awareness is more now, and we are getting a lot of people. So in the informal sector too, we have that Obadimola there. Whether you are a man or children, you know, once you're under that insurance, you register under the informal sector, you have your payment, then you obtain your card. We even assist people when they register, we get them the cards, and they come to access care. With just 1,000, you can come to the hospital at any time, like within the month. So you see that when you look at it, you know, it is actually going out of the way to make sure that people actually benefit and they get well.
Yeah, corporate social responsibility, that is one of your activities as an organization. How do you select the community to reach out to? Because I know you cannot reach out to every society, and there are times where you've had to do 1 or 2 projects in a community that's probably closer to wherever your organization is situated. Does that mean that that community is constantly going to be on the list for the activities you carry out?
Maybe I should also add to that, because she doesn't know where Ijemo is located. I know Ijemo is very vast.
Yes,
you know, if you enter Ijemo, you are like, you can bust out Itoku and all of those. Now, if you look at the size,
it's not just Ijemo, you know.
Because I'm also being specific now.
Okay.
It's true, because linking it to your question, you know, the choice. I mean, I think that's the question she's actually asking. How the process of selecting people. That.
Now it depends on the areas that you want to attend to. For instance, for the hospital, when we talk about health programs, what we do is that we look at areas that will be easily accessible to people, especially when it's come to coming to get that health free medical outreach, for instance. So we look at where it's very accessible. You know, it has been held at the Arake Palace, which is not far. It's very accessible. People can actually know that this is where we're having this, and they will come there. So we don't just limit to the environment where we are located. You know, because, you know, there are areas that you call catchment area. But when you look at Abeokuta as a whole, you know, we are so much interwoven that if you are not a well-versed indigene, you don't even know where the boundary where the boundary is. What's the boundary between Itoku and Ijemo? What's the boundary between Itoku and Ijemo? What's the boundary between, you know, when you look at Ijemo is very vast. Just as we have said, we have Ijemo, Gbadu, Ijemo, Isale Ijemo, and all those ones. It is a wide place, and we try as much as possible to make sure that we vary the locations when it comes to the medical outreach. But when you look at Rotary in its own, you know, we have a lot of, in Abeokuta before we have just 3 Rotary clubs, but now we have about 13, because we believe that we need to spread. You know, wherever people are living and they're engaged in activities, you can have a Rotary Club there. It's just to look for people of like minds. And in those communities, we go out to identify what is the area of needs. We have gone as far as Owode-Egba, we have gone as far as there's a community at Akiale. Akiale is an Owu community, you understand. Rotary Club of Abeokuta, we at the point we adopted Akiale as our community. We go from Akiale is on the road to Itori, you understand. So we have done the education and literacy there. We have people that cannot read and write, elderly people. We got teachers for them. They started teaching them until they are now literate. They are now able to write, they are able to read, they are able to, you know, read Bible. And some of them, from there, we have one that even went to Ege, I had to go and do GC, school start. You understand? And that is a person that never even went to school before. You know, under community literacy, you understand, we refurbish schools, build up libraries, equip it with books. Then we do community empowerment. Like in that Akiale that I talked about, it's not in Abeokuta, just as you know. We looked at the women there. What is their major staple? They do this gari, cassava, and all those ones. We started empowering them. We formed like a cooperative among the women there. We donate money to them periodically. They share it within themselves. They administer it. They have a leader, you know, as part of our empowerment. So they now administer the loans to themselves. You take the loan, we started with 50,000 for each of those women. Later we increased to 100,000. They put it into their business. Then they pay back over a period of 3 months so that other people can still benefit. That project by Rotary Club of Abeokuta had been on in the last 8 years. You understand? And it's still been sustained. You understand? So we don't limit to where we are before. We have gone to sink boreholes at Mokoloki. You know Mokoloki? Mokoloki is on the way towards Owode. That was in some years past because we have history, because Rotary Club of Abeokuta started in 1979 and it's the first Rotary Club in Ogun State. So we have come of it now. Presently, we also have vocational trainings that we do. Today now we're having a program at the Rotary House. We already built a Rotary Center at Abiola Way, just beside NIPCO petrol station. So we do, you know, leadership training all the time to get people acquainted with what we are doing. Then we do vocational training where they teach people on, you know, works they can do, how to make beads, how to make you know, hairdressers, tailors. We now provide equipment for them to work, the tools for them to work, to sustain. So we don't limit to where we are alone. So now that we have so many Rotary clubs, there are about 13 now, you understand. And as God we have it, District 911 is a new district that has been carved out of the, we have 911, 9112 now, between Ogun State and Lagos State. So we have more Rotary clubs and we are still getting more people to join the Rotary in order for us to still be able to attain, achieve the objectives of the organization. Okay, Dr. Gbenga,
the only thing you can actually say is more power to your elbow. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've been hosting Dr. Gbenga TAIWO, that's the medical director at Obadimola Maternity Hospital here in Abeokuta, and we've been talking about corporate social responsibility, especially in the health sector. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take this break now, and when we return, it will be time for the next segment of the program, Trending. Stay with us.